No former world champion in football history has ever endured a continuous humiliation lasting 12 years, like the Italian national team is experiencing right now. A football empire that once stood on top of the world 4 times has officially collapsed into a black hole of despair. The nightmare known as the Third Apocalypse has become a bitter reality as the Azzurri officially miss their third consecutive World Cup finals. This is not merely a sporting failure, but a systemic collapse, leading to a mass resignation of the most powerful figures within the Italian Football Federation. Last Tuesday, Italy suffered a painful 1-4 defeat on penalty shootouts against Bosnia-Herzegovina in the playoff final. This result means Italy will have to watch the World Cup held in the United States, Canada, and Mexico on television, extending their absence following the tournaments in Russia in 2018 and Qatar in 2022. Immediately following this shock, Gabriele Gravina officially announced his resignation as president of the Italian Football Federation. Gabriele Gravina, who also currently holds the position of first vice president of the Union of European Football Associations, made this decision following an emergency meeting at the Federation headquarters in Rome. Taking over the hot seat in October 2018 after his predecessor Carlo Tavecchio stepped down, Gravina was once hailed as a hero for leading Italy to the Euro 2020 championship at Wembley Stadium. However, that glory was not enough to mask the weaknesses in management and long-term direction. Under his tenure, despite appointing renowned head coaches such as Luciano Spalletti and most recently Gennaro Gattuso, Italian football still failed to rediscover its identity on the world stage. Walking in tandem with Gravina, the legendary Gianluigi Buffon also announced his resignation as the national team delegation head via Instagram. The legendary goalkeeper, who won the 2006 World Cup with Italy, shared that this was an act of personal responsibility. Buffon admitted that the primary objective of bringing Italy back to the World Cup had completely failed. He believes that leaving will grant his successors the freedom to choose a new, more suitable path for the future of the nation's football. Currently, the Italian Football Federation has announced that an election to find a new president will be held on June 22nd. Giovanni Malago, the former head of the Italian Olympic Committee, is emerging as the leading candidate to take over the sinking ship. However, the successor will face a dire reality. Not only failing on the pitch, Italian football is also at risk of losing its role as co-host of the 2032 European Championship alongside Turkey. The president of the Union of European Football Associations, Alexander Ceferin, has issued a stern warning that if Italy does not upgrade its outdated infrastructure and stadiums, they will be stripped of their hosting rights. Ceferin criticized the slowness of Italian politicians in renovating stadiums, leaving the country with some of the worst football infrastructure in Europe. The Italian Football Federation has until October to propose 5 qualified stadiums to the European governing body. Italian football stands at a crossroads between radical reform or sinking further into obsolescence. We will continue to update you on the latest developments of this overhaul in our upcoming reports. Please remember to subscribe to the Final Third Lab channel so you do not miss any in-depth analysis of world football.